I would have rather have only had 9 houses that year.
You monster.
As your wife, I have an obligation to tell you when you're wrong.
How dare you?
When you think you know a person,
I'm fucking mad.
you're lying.
No.
Say psych right now.
I'm not.
Welcome back to Better Dig 2, the husband and wife horror podcast, bringing our couch conversations to the masses. I'm your host, Maddie.
And I'm your host, Shrade.
Grab a seat on the couch and let's talk horror.
Maddie, my love.
Yes.
I think this week's topic is going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
It was a listener suggestion. And after last week, I'm a little worried.
About
your taste in houses.
my taste in houses.
All I can tell you is that some things are a little off, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Well, according to the listener, I was right. So
They look. Two people can have bad taste. It's fine. It's easy to do. But so today's episode is going to be 5 years, 50 fears, where we rank all the houses we have personally experienced in HHN30 in 2021 to HHN34 last year in 2025. But before we dig into our house rankings, we do have some new speculation, and Spec season is in full swing.
So on Easter Sunday, April 5th, HHN, or Horror Night Nightmares, posted their 3rd spec map of the season. One of the other, I can't even remember the name of it. One of the other sites that does spec maps, they've also posted one like maybe a week or two ago. But we tend to follow Horror Night Nightmares spec maps just because they tend to be more accurate. So, but they posted their 3rd one on Easter, 3rd holiday one, I guess, because the first one was Christmas, second one was a Friday the 13th, which, you know, we'll call it a holiday.
It's a spooky holiday for those
and
that are...
And then they did an Easter one. So there were some changes. There are some that are just shuffled around, but what's different about this map is we do have some scare zone spec.
Finally.
New. Okay, so let's see. We'll just start around going from entrance, working our way up, and going clockwise. Listen, I said it correctly this time.
You did great.
Okay, so let's see. Soundstage 22. That is our first confirmed house. Whoop. Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos and Control. Super excited about that one. I got my shirt in. Love it.
I went golfing today, so I am just in a creature polo.
Thankfully, I did not get one of the bad ones because I've seen
the misprints.
We've seen some misprints. We've seen some ones that were like the shirt itself. Like they always say, you know, Halloween Horror Nights in like where the tag is. And some of them are just some like random shirt. So thankfully, I got a good one.
Same.
So, okay. So then we're going to move on to 23A. And that one hadn't changed from the last map. So it's still the Book on Fire. Spec there is still Evil Dead Burn.
I hope that is an accurate spec.
I'm still going to hold out for Mean Girls. It's a burn book.
It's never going to happen. You can't make Mean Girls happen.
I can. I'll will it into existence. Okay, let's see. 23B. That one changed. That was previously an upside down clock. Now we have... So this is... I don't know. That is I love you. So it's like the I love you in sign language, right? There's a difference between I love you and like rock on. Okay? There is a difference.
Sure.
Unless I just don't know, like did Aussie, because the Spec is Aussie. It's an Aussie house.
Right.
Did Aussie have like a I love you specific thing? I don't know.
He was past our time.
Yeah.
Fair.
Which sounds really like hypocritical of me because I was literally wearing a Black Sabbath shirt last episode. But
look, it's okay.
Maybe it was just them, the Horror Night Nightmares, because on previous Spec maps we had like the skeleton hand.
Yeah, we thought it was
specifically
heavy metal hell.
and like a rock on. This is I Love You, which is I don't know. Unless that's like it's like an Aussie tribute thing, which obviously it would be. I don't know. That is the speculation on that one now, is that it is an Aussie house, which if we're going to do a music house, I would definitely go for Ozzy Osbourne over Lady Gaga, which was the other, like what they were talking about.
Unfortunately, like a bat getting its head bit off is sick, and the other imagery, like just off the albums, is great. Mm-hmm. But we'll never get to see a motorcycle centaur or a meat dress, and I hope it continues to remain that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 24B, which is still back in the sound stages, I think.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Let's see. That one has switched. That was where last time it was a paw print. This time it's that makeup one that was on the last Spec map. It moved up to this one. So it's still kind of the makeup. It has the little biohazard symbol, but then it's really teeny tiny, and so but zoomed in all the way, it looks like a bee.
Is this, BuzzCon confirmed?
I mean, that's what I think.
It's in universe. It's a great original idea. Yeah. I'm in.
Oh yeah. So like last year, them, they're always like transporting the like biohazard material. So is that where it was supposed to be going? Is this a old school? You think about they did bugs eaten alive.
Yes.
And toxic waste, anything to do with BuzzCon. So I think that one will be a cool, because what was the other, like a vanity ball?
Yes, vanity ball, so, which was right before us.
Yeah, and I don't know if there is already a connection there, like a BuzzCon vanity ball connection, or if they are connecting it now. Yeah. But that sounds plausible.
I gotcha. 24A is now the upside down clock.
Yep.
It's Stranger Things, probably.
Yeah, I feel like we're not going to get away from that one, which we've talked about. At least it should be the last one. So I hope it's better than last time. We've only seen one Stranger Things house. I wasn't that impressed, even though it was should have been great.
For me. We've got 50 houses to get through.
Oh, hush. Okay. You want to do the next one?
Yeah. So we talked about the upside down clock. Now we are at Fast and Furious. Now it is like the bloody guts hanging out. I think it's HR Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
I mean, just from speculation, we're kind of getting a tease right now in Hollywood, in Las Vegas at Horrors Unleashed, where they do have the Easter rabbit,
the Feaster Bunny,
Feaster
Bunny, yeah, and it has like a story with it, and it's HR Blood and Guts is there, like it is, that is what it is, or that's from, I guess, what Holidays of Horror, whatever. So yeah, a little Easter overlay, which we've seen some videos of it and looks good. And they gave a little extra, almost like a mini house, but it's like outside of it. And the overlay ends the day before we go, which I think since it'll be our first time, we're still going to have so much to see, but it's like, really, we're going to miss it by one day.
It's just bad luck. But also, I'm interested to see.
Maybe that'll mean that the lines, like the crowds, won't be bad at all for our day, because it'll be the day after. Like if everyone's trying to go the day before so they don't miss the extra.
That's fair.
Maybe our day will be nice and empty.
I like it.
That's what we're going to hope for.
Yeah. Next we go to T4, which is still the 2 lit cigarettes. I hope it's Sinners.
Yes.
I desperately think that they can do so much.
Oh, yeah.
and the atmosphere coming off of a Grammys, like
Oscars.
Oscars coming off the Oscars. Excuse me. But popularity is like still at an all-time high. I think this would be the time to strike.
For sure. I think the only hang up, because I think it would be a great house. They could make it a really good house, especially with the prosthetics and the costuming. The only hang up I would see is just getting the rights for it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know where they stand there. So, okay, T3, that has now shifted, and that's the pincushion. So
we still have Hellraiser on the board.
Yep, pincushion is still there, so that still remains as a Hellraiser possibility. So T2, this is new, or I guess technically it's just an expanded hint, because last spec map we had the paw print.
Yes.
So now this spec map, it's like a cage with a paw print on top. So that makes you think like a zoo.
Yes.
But inside the cage, there is like a person being roasted over a fire, and then another little stick figure next to it with like an animal head or something.
Yeah. So
the spec on that is a Carrie zoo, which I'd be cool with that. I love anything Carrie.
Carrie's great.
Usually. But another one that I really feel holds some weight is Amazon Cannibals from Planet Hell.
That was a Slaughter Cinema 1.
Slaughter Cinema 1,
right.
Just a poster in that house.
Okay.
Is what the people are saying, because we didn't see that one. That was before our time too. So, but that one, I mean, just looking at the picture, it's like a person cooking another person. I mean, that looks. But
I can agree.
But then there's like the cage with the animal print. That looks like a zoo. So I don't know.
Either way, it sounds like a fun concept.
Oh yeah, I think that'll be a really good original. Then we get last house on there is going to be T1. So that one's shifted. That is now the alien cowboy picture. So I was looking through these, and we had previously said for the alien cowboy, like, no, somebody had said Fallout because they thought that looked like the ghoul, but it's like very much like an alien.
That's a little green man.
Yeah. So, but I think this is going to be one of the original houses, because looking through the other specs and counting them out, when we get to this, by the time we get to this one, we already have 5 IPs.
Right.
And they don't ever do more than 5. And
they could stand to do less, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, because I think it's been about, or maybe like 3 of the years we've been, it was a 4 IP, 6 original. And then 2 years it was a 5-5 split.
Yes.
So, but it's never 6 IPs, or at least since we've been going, it's never been 6 IPs.
Yeah.
So I think that this is actually going to be just some kind of, alien cowboy original house.
I want that.
Yeah.
I want that so bad. After Hatchet and Change last year, give me more cowboy stuff.
They do the western-y houses really good.
Yeah. Now, are we ready to go to the next? Very exciting. Well, mostly exciting.
Mostly exciting.
Scare zones.
Yep. We actually have some scare zones. So, very first one, I'm super excited. First off, I'm really excited about this, that they're going to keep this entrance scare zone, and I hope that they do it to the extent that they did a scare zone in the entrance last year.
Yeah.
Because the previous years, it was just so empty. There was just nothing, and it was just like when you're walking into the event, that should be where you get your first look at it. And we get the arch, which unfortunately last year when we were there, they had a lot of lighting issues with the big Halloween Horror Nights sign on the arch, and it was not lit up at all the entire time we were there last year. And then it finally it was lit up like the day after we left. So we didn't even get to see it lit up last year, but we did get to see the extra in the scare zone in the front. So I hope that they keep that scale for that entrance scare zone.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't see why they wouldn't now that they have cut back a scare zone, basically. And on the spec map, it still shows just 4 main scare zones. So starting with that entrance scare zone, it's a little tent icon. I mean, we have our icons announced. We've got Jack and Oddfellow, and it's the ICON, Infernal Carnival of Nightmares.
Yes.
So it's pretty safe to assume that entrance scare zone is going to be this Infernal Carnival of Nightmares. We're going to have Jack and Oddfellow in it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think it'll be really cool. We've seen what they can do with circus houses, so let's see a big circus scare zone.
And I hope so much that they extend that to the front. And like the last time, so not the year that we were there in 30, but maybe in 25. I don't know, like HHN 25.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Jack was there, like the time before.
Oh, where they did
the front, like out front of the actual, like the front gates. They had like carnival stuff, and like it was like tent and drapey and like string lights.
That's super fun.
And it just makes it so much more. And so I really hope that if that is how that entrance scare zone is, like it bleeds out and just to the very front. So like before you even come in, like,
I'm in.
I hope so. So then the next one, we got New York. So this is honestly usually my favorite scare zone. It's just such a good location.
It is great, and we've seen very effective use of it.
Mm-hmm.
We've also seen some ineffective use of it.
Last couple of years, I think it's just because it's got a lot of space. They can put a lot of props. You've got a lot of wandering.
Yeah.
Like, and it's so congested, or not even congested. There's just a lot of people walking through there because it's usually, where the tribute store is. There's a lot of traffic through there, but it's wide, so it's not congested.
Yeah.
So the scare actors are so able to just like weave in and out of there and kind of hide behind people and really kind of jump out and get you. I think that's why I like it. They always do the string lights across it too. It's just I love the New York scare zone usually.
Yeah. I'm just a sucker for like big foresty.
Yeah, you love Central Park.
Central Park is my favorite.
Yeah. So I wonder if it'll be your favorite this year.
Anyway, so New York has got clowns, which could be, we saw a huge interest in Terrifier last year. If they did a Terrifier scare zone, that'd be great. I just don't know how that works with the IP. Jack, obviously, very famously, is a clown, believe it or not. So if it's more of like a continuation of that circus, almost pushing in.
I don't see him doing 2 like a back-to-back, because if they did a joint scare zone in the front and then just a Jack scare zone, like they feel like they would need just an Oddfellow scare zone, and I just don't feel like they're going to do that. If you look at the picture though, this clown, it feels more Killer Clowns from Outer Space to me.
That would be so sick.
And there's a little bit extra on that one, is that some pictures from Hollywood were posted of their, building, and they had a tarp over, a bunch of stuff, and it was like lifted up on a spot where somebody was like going in it, and you could see in it, and it literally looked like the tent, the spaceship from Killer Clowns.
That's rad.
It was like the same pattern. And so which I think they've had Killer Clowns at Hollywood, because they've had it at Orlando, right?
Yes,
I think so, but I think they've had it at Hollywood since it's been at Orlando. So, but there is a possibility it's at Hollywood this year. We have a little bit of evidence of that, so definitely could be. And we talked about it could just be like an all clowns thing, which I think the way that like the roaming Megans worked and then Art worked roaming last year, I could definitely see them bringing a roaming Art back.
Just don't touch him and be weird.
Yeah.
Quit being gross.
Yeah. So yeah, New York was a clown, but it was it felt more like a Killer Clowns with coloring than it was just like a Jack, or an art. I did see though on the Hollywood spec map next to their clown, they had the same clown. I think it was on a Scare Zone.
Okay.
It had the trash bags, which was on our spec map last year, and that was for Terrifier.
Yeah.
So that could be like denoting on theirs. It's kind of a joint clown, just Scare Zone.
Shenanigans.
So,
I like it. Next up is going to be in San Francisco. It's DJ. It's an effective use of a small space.
It's not showing that it's actually a Scare Zone again, which I'm fine with because I'm fine with them cutting it down to 4 and making 4 really good ones.
I fear the next one.
I have no idea what it is.
Yeah. So number 4. So as we're kind of going around the top at the old Fear Factor stage where we had, Nightmare Fuel.
The last 4
years. Yeah.
5 years. I mean, I think it's been Nightmare Fuel every year we've been. It's just been different iterations of it.
Yeah, we just didn't go to it the first year.
No, but I think it was Nightmare Fuel. But the rumor is, that they're not coming back this year, or they didn't. I don't know. But the icon, it's just like 4 boxes, I guess.
It's a magic show. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a magic show.
It's a magic show. Okay.
It's a comedy horror magic show.
Oh, okay. That would be fun. I
yeah.
mean, sure. I have no freaking idea what that could be. I've looked through the Facebook groups. Someone said like 4 eras of Jack. I don't know.
Oh, like Jack in the Box, Jack.
I guess, but honestly, the shape of them, they looked like Chinese takeout. That's what I see. The little shape of the boxes in that icon, because they're a little more triangular. They look like Chinese takeout boxes to me. Huh. I don't know. I have no idea. So if anyone has any idea, I don't care how crazy they are, let us know.
Yeah, I just want to see what kind of crazy speculation you can pull out.
Yeah, from four blank little boxes. Who knows? So.
Lagoon Show, which was awesome last year.
Yes.
Super enjoy it. It's like one of the very few things that you can just kind of hop into as it's fixing to kick off, and
it's so fun. It's so cool to watch. And they restarted Sensational.
I saw that.
As soon as Mardi Gras ended, they restarted Sensational, which I don't think Sensational has run since the first year they did it, which was like 2 years ago.
Which we got to catch since
Sensational,
which was great.
So hopefully that means that they're really getting it down and they keep that running, because it is a great show. So
yeah.
Okay, I'll let you do the next one since it's your favorite Scare Zone location.
So Central Park, my beloved, my muse. Every time we've gone, it is just such a dense, organized, super.
It's a
packed.
spooky wood.
It's great. It's phenomenal. And this time it's a banana. And Peely notoriously is a Fortnite mascot. And the rumors are saying that we're gonna get Fortnite at HHN. Why the fuck we are gonna have it at HHN makes no sense to me. If you want to do it, go put it. Yeah, that's exactly right. It seems like a very weird cash grab situation. For me, the event is not for children. Fortnite is a children's game. If you're
okay, but really, there are a lot of adults that play Fortnite.
Yeah, which is kind of, it's not my cup of tea. Do your own thing. If you think it's really cool to do a chug jug slam out of a floating bus and then hit the L and gritty on somebody, that's awesome. You could do that as Sabrina Carpenter. How cool for you.
Oh, God.
I hate that. Don't bring this, please. If I would rather you take lacto coolers from me this year than I would walking through and seeing a bunch of Fortnite characters.
I would so rather, like, if we had absolutely no choice, if it had to be there in some way, why can't they put this over in Simpsons Land in place of the Chainsaw Clowns that they did last year?
I feel like we'd be doing a disservice to the Chainsaw Clowns.
I'm just saying, if we had absolutely no choice and it had to be at the event in some way, I don't want it as a house.
No, absolutely not.
I don't want it taking up a scare zone.
Go throw them in the DJ spot where they can gritty and do whatever.
Honestly,
sure.
Yeah, let them go do Fortnite dances in the DJ scare zone.
Yeah, I'll avoid that place like the plague. Unless the bar is phenomenal, that's about it.
Go put them in San Francisco in the DJ area. Put them in Springfield instead of the Chainsaw Clowns, or with them. I don't care. Just don't take up a whole scare in Central Park. Like, come on.
Don't take this away from me. I feel like I'm being punished. Finally, though, we do have Hollywood, which has got the 35 big anniversary year. I would love to see a culmination of characters or like callbacks to the last 5 years that we've been, or for the entirety of the event. I think it's so cool, especially we're fairly new. We've only been going the last 5 years. If you've been going since HHN35 and you've somehow have found us, please talk to us. We want to know more. Like, how did you get into it? When did it start? Did you go as a kid? Like, I want to know, because
I love hearing people's
so cool.
stories, from some of them that were there that very first year when it was just 3 nights. Which is so crazy to think that the first HHN was just a 3-night event.
Yeah, that you could get, like, what was it, a Pepsi promotion for a free night?
Take your Coke can or whatever. Yeah.
How cool is that? And then now
how big it's grown.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
A private RIP tour costs an exorbitant amount of money.
Yep.
So I'm excited for that. But I think that's enough speculation and excitements, disappointments. I hope I'm not going to be disappointed. But I think it's time to kick off with our 50 house battle royale, as the Fortniters would say.
Oh, God.
I do not know your list.
Nope.
You do not know mine. We are taking it from number 50. And being the gentleman that I am, what was your 50? What was the worst house that you've been through?
Okay. I hated this house so much. Okay. I probably will not talk about another house as much as this one in the bottom, because most of them are just nothing to write home about as much. I hated this house with such a burning passion that this was the one year that I said multiple times, I would have rather there have been only 9 houses that year than have this one at that event. I wish I would have never gone through this stupid fucking house. I hated it. And I think it was compounded on the fact that that year they were having express ratioing issues. And we got stuck in that line, in the express line, for so much longer than we should have been. So I was already mad about that. Then we get in the house and it was so fucking stupid. I already knew I was going to not like it because I don't like the IP. But...
Oh, it's an IP.
It's an IP.
Okay.
But the reason that this one falls lower, and you can sit here and you can say, well, this house had worse set than that one, or this one, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. This was the reason it's at the very bottom of my list is because this is the only year that I said I would have rather have only had 9 houses that year than that house been there.
You built up the suspense. What's the house?
Number 50. The worst house I have ever been in. Chucky Ultimate Kill Count.
Okay. Mine was not Chucky, but it's pretty low on my list. We are not Chucky people. I do not care for Chucky.
I hate Chucky. Yeah. It's so stupid.
My number 50 was notoriously terrible house, last minute cancellation turned into this amalgamation of just weird, that was Hellblock Horror.
So that is my 49. The only reason that it's not 50 is because I hate Chucky so much.
That's fair. Okay.
So that's my 49, Hellblock Horror. You said it all it needed to be. It felt so empty because it really was a last minute, something got scratched and they just had to throw something together, and it did. It felt thrown together. Half of the boo holes were empty. even this, not even a boo hole, just like the little staged area. Like there was supposed to be something in there. They were just empty. It was bad.
The scariest thing was the group in front of us. They had a nice older gentleman who appeared to be, he was fresh out of penitentiary.
Was that
himself.
that house?
Yeah, fresh out was definitely there.
And it scared him. And we were like, what are you scared of, bro? The jail cell bars? Like,
yeah, it was a little scary for that poor guy. And like his group just was walking at an average pace, and he looked like he had diaper ass and was just like shambling around. So we felt bad for him, but also like, don't talk to me. Like, keep doing your thing up there, brother. My 49th, which is going to be controversial, I'm sure, for a lot of people, but I am not a social justice warrior. Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines was an absolute shit show, and you cannot, like, both coasts, terrible.
Yeah, we did get to see both of them, and
we're going to make,
neither of them were good.
Yeah, we're going to make an all-female cast. I'm in. Do it good. Don't just throw away brand new characters or do off-scene, like, why is there not a scene of the deaths and you're just going to kill them off immediately? Like, what are we doing here?
Well, the whole point of that house really was to set up for Monsters Unchained.
Yeah.
They had to change create that storyline so that for the open door for Monsters Unchained.
Well, that's stupid, and I hate it.
Yeah, it was not very good.
What was your 48?
Okay, 48. I'm just going to say this now. My, 49 through 41 through 30. I mean, a lot of these can just kind of be switched in and out. They were all equally unlikable, poor quality. So don't really get hung up on the fact that, oh, this one is 49, this one's 48. But I will make it very clear, Chucky would be lower than 50 if I could. So Chucky definitely earned that 50 spot. These other ones can kind of be, switched in and out. So, but 48, I have Descendants of Destruction. Similar to Hell Block Horror to me. It was forgettable.
Well, you're not going to see Descendants of Destruction for a few rows. It did not make my bottom 10.
It didn't do it for me. Like I just remember
the blackout scenes were incredible.
I remember
the subway,
subway, whatever it was. I don't know. Like it just, like I said, it was forgettable for me. So post-apocalyptic cool guy, glow in the dark stuff. I liked it, but I could tell it's not really for you. My number, let's see. Yeah, 48.
My number 48 was HHN30, one of our very first, and it's Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I was like,
absolutely despised that house.
Yeah.
We just had like back to back terrible runs of that house.
And yeah, and we even ran it multiple times. Like Hell Block Horror, I do not think we ran that one twice.
I don't think we needed to.
No.
Because it was such a bad taste in the mouth from the first time. It's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna go drink a lacto cooler.
We usually
and get the fuck out of here.
We run every house at least twice. We did not run Chucky twice. Fuck no, you couldn't have paid me to do that. No. I don't think Hell Block Horror we did, but Bride of Frankenstein, our first year, we did run that one. I know more than once, and yeah, it was just not good. So that's my 47. Bride of Frankenstein lives.
Perfect. My 47 is Chucky Ultimate Kill Count.
Well, here we go.
Okay, so we're doing good.
Yeah, we're okay right now. We're all right.
Okay, all right. Okay. Let's see. Now, my 46. I'm curious what yours is because I feel like I know where this house should be in your list, and I thought it would be lower.
Okay.
What is your 46?
Revenge of the Tooth Fairy.
Same. Yeah, 46 for me was Revenge of the Tooth Fairy. Mm-hmm. It was just very like salt. It was like a saltless house. There was no seasoning to it.
Well, and it felt like it was like every single scare actor was the exact same thing.
Yeah,
like,
there wasn't a whole lot of variety.
The only reason that if I was just to rank that year or first year, it wouldn't have been as low as a couple of them is because I don't know if it was because of the plexiglass shit going on that year was affecting the sound. I don't know. Like if the speakers were somehow covered. Because multiple houses that year, I had such a hard time hearing if it was telling a story. I had a hard time hearing it, and so I wasn't able to like comprehend the overarching story. Tooth Fairy, literally the whole story was like written on the wall as you walked through.
Yeah, and there was a narration to it. That was probably the coolest
but
part
I
of the whole thing.
couldn't hear it. So, but I was at least able to like read it as we went through, so I could go along.
Dear listener, please take note of this. This will come back up later.
Boo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're 46. We're both in agreement there.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Tooth Fairy.
Okay.
So 45. Mine was Puppet Theater.
You monster.
Oh, yours is higher?
Puppet Theater? Yes. It was so whimsical, and like the surreal like side of it was so badass, and it was like one of the earliest.
just the first half of that. Just the first half.
Oh my
Bad.
God. I'm fucking mad. How dare you?
I just
You put Puppet Theater is my top 15.
Oh my God.
I hate you.
Oh, no, you don't. Don't lie.
This is grounds for divorce.
Shut
already.
up.
Oh
What was your 45?
Spirits of the Coven. The house was pretty one note.
Yep.
It did not work. We were very excited for it. Flapper
Yeah.
Girl witches.
Yeah.
In like
The idea was great, and
was
I think
awesome.
maybe that's why it falls so low. That's my 44.
Oh, okay.
I think that's why it falls so low is because we had built up expectation, and it could have been so good, and it just wasn't.
Okay.
So yeah. So 44 for me, Spirits of the Coven.
44 for me. The Weekend. Not a fan.
Listen, I knew that was coming, and I know some people that are going to be hating on you for that,
I don't care.
and they have every right to, because it was more of a vibes house. And honestly, okay, I think you would have liked it more if you were a fan of The Weeknd. You're not a hater,
No.
but you're not like a big fan of The Weeknd.
No.
And I don't think you'd ever seen any of those music videos.
I did my research before. So
Oh,
like
well, then
Dawn
you don't
FM,
have any excuse. So
I do have an excuse. It just isn't my jam.
yeah,
So yeah, it's fine.
it was so fun though. Like just standing in line, listening to like Blinding Lights with a lacto cooler.
Yeah, the line was the best part of the whole house.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just saying. That's
Now I will say I liked the Hollywood Weekend house over the Orlando. Like they weren't the same year, right? What year was Weekend? No, they weren't the same year.
2022.
So I liked the Hollywood Weekend house better because like the facade when you walked in.
Oh, and they had
like,
a cool bar.
yeah, but
Weekend bar was
just
cool.
house to house. But yeah, but no, that's a mine. That's a disparaging ranking between the two of us.
Where did you have The Weekend?
I'm not telling you.
Wow, rude.
Find out later.
Okay.
So that was your 44.
Yep. What's 43?
43, Grave of the Flesh. You did not rank that one high.
It is in my top 30.
I mean, that's okay, I guess, but
I thought it was really cool. Like last year, walking down into a grave, and then you get to go through basically what is hell, and then you hit purgatory, and there's these little entities that are feeding on you. It was awesome.
it was the weakest house last year to me. And I think it was, I don't know. Maybe it's because it took me like a second walkthrough to like realize that's what we were doing, I guess.
You just don't listen.
I think you had, okay. If it was telling stuff, then yeah, probably I didn't understand it or didn't hear it. I have really bad listening comprehension.
Remember how I said this would come up later? There's a house that we're gonna, I guarantee you, fight.
That's
over.
why I love the podcasts and stuff that they do ahead of time. and the little like teasers, because I can get it. I can read, give me a little summary, a little idea what this house is going to be. And then I can really absorb it and understand what I'm seeing when I walk through. Shit just goes in one ear and out the other for me. So because I do remember walking through that house the first time and I was like, I don't get it. And then you explained it to me. You were like, yeah, we walked through this and then it was hell, or it was purgatory, and then it was hell, and then da-da-da. And I was like, oh. So then the second walk through, it did make more sense, but it still was just like, okay, cool, I guess.
Boo. Boo to you.
So, okay. So what was your 43?
Last of Us. It was one note. There wasn't a whole lot of scares. It was gunfire and a post-apocalyptic.
Oh.
The bloaters were the coolest part.
Yeah.
And both times that we went through the house, I missed the bloaters, but the people behind me got to watch them, and I was like, this is lame.
Yeah. I feel like Orlando's was not as good as Hollywood's, which is
correct.
Usually not the case. Like I
don't know. There's one coming up that if we were going to go for Hollywood's, it would be ranked much higher.
Oh, I do. List. I have one that would have been probably in my top 10 if we were ranking the Hollywood house.
I guarantee you that you and I are on the same page with that.
And unfortunately, it didn't get to go as high on the Orlando. But yeah, that's honestly kind of surprising that Last of Us is that low for you.
I'd never really got into the games. Like, I love the HBO show. Yeah. I think it's great. But at the same time, I'm not going to watch the newest season of it. Yeah, I don't care to. Like, it was a novelty.
Yeah.
For me.
It was just one of those, it was a big pull IP to get kind of a newer or a different crowd in.
You're going to hate for it. Well, if that's what we're worried about, a lot of people are going to hate my 42.
Oh, I bet I know what it is. Okay, my 42, we've already said this once, Universal Monsters, Eternal Bloodlines.
It was poop.
And it probably would have been lower, but the Universal Monsters houses are normally some of my favorites.
Oh,
and
yeah, they're great.
Just the characters, seeing those classic characters. I did hate what they did with it.
I mean, except for Creature, but whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. Someday, maybe.
One day.
Okay, so you're 42.
Stranger Things 4.
Oh.
I
was thinking you were going to say something else.
I love Stranger Things for most of the seasons. There are some that definitely fall flat.
Mm-hmm.
This just had...
That house just was not that good.
It really wasn't. Like, the projection mapping of the bats and stuff was fine. Like, when Eddie's death scene is on there is cool. But when I'm eye to eye with a Vecna, or should I say like chin to eye with like a Vecna, this horrifying beast, and then he's wearing Vans, like really took me out of it.
Yeah. And it was, that house had a lot of, not puppets, but just like, looked like Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, what they did with Max, where she was just like a stagnant mannequin.
It wasn't a puppet. It wasn't a scare actor. It was just, like a mannequin. Mm-hmm. And so you're like walking through there and you're expecting stuff. And then one of them was like a big kind of open room, like where it was the upside down part of it. And it felt really empty. And then there were no scare actors jumping out or anything. A lot of times.
There was a Vecna in the back just kind of throwing his little gross hand up.
Yeah. So... yeah, mine's not much higher. Stranger Things isn't much higher on my list. So that was your 42?
Yes, it was.
Okay. 41. I'm actually, I'm interested to see your reaction on this one from me. So 41, Triplets of Terror.
I'm not super upset with it because I knew that you had it pretty low.
Yeah.
It's by no means like one of my favorites, but it definitely is higher up.
It just, I don't know. I didn't think it was that good. Obviously.
I think maybe your listening comprehension of the podcast at the beginning just might have taken you out of it.
No, because we listened to that whole thing. Like, I understood
for the house specifically.
Yeah.
Like, as we're walking into the house and they're like having a podcast over the murders of the Look, if she's got to listen to it, it's not good. She has a hard time with it.
No, I don't know. It was just, the concept was just meh. I don't know. So yeah. So what was your 41?
Ooh, you know what? Now that I'm looking at my list, I'm gonna make just a quick pivot and switch my 40 and my 41.
Oh.
40 is A Quiet Place, or 41 is A Quiet Place.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, is this the one? Is this your Hollywood one
No,
that you would switch?
No.
Oh.
My next one is the one that I would switch.
Oh my gosh. Because A Quiet Place is up there on my list, but probably would have been higher if I was ranking the Hollywood one.
That's crazy that A Quiet Place, a thing with zero sound, or the target is zero sound, you really enjoyed. I think that's very cool.
Shut the fuck up. I hate you.
I'm just saying there's a pattern here.
No, but like the Hollywood one with that narrow little hallway and like the vines and the moss.
Oh yeah, like the Hollywood.
And it made it, because it was so much narrower, it really helped that sound deadening, feel. And because when stuff jumped out, it felt like it was like right by your face.
Yeah. I do think it was a better of the two.
That's crazy, because Quiet Place with all the puppets, I'm a sucker for a good puppet. So that tells you how bad I thought puppet theater was.
Never watched Pan's Labyrinth.
I haven't, no.
Yeah. Sucker for a puppet, except missed out on the best one.
Yeah. I guess because I get to seeing it in person, like seeing someone actually, like a puppeteer, like actually like controlling these intricate like puppets that they have, which sometimes in the house they call them puppets and it's literally like on a dolly or like on just a slider.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna talk about really good puppets, Five Nights, but like
Yeah.
again, that's gonna be higher on the list. So let's keep going.
Okay, so your 41 was Quiet Place.
Yes.
Mine was Triplets of Terror. Okay, let me hear this 40.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Mine is not that high. It's higher than yours. It's not that high. But had it been the Hollywood one, it probably would have been in my top 10. Yeah. That Hollywood Chainsaw Massacre was so good.
Stinky, gross, grotesque.
And not just your general stinky. Like, when you go into an HHN house, like they have just kind of that general like stink smell.
Yeah.
And being, from the country like we are, and like like me, like I literally grew up raising livestock, and those smells were so spot on. I was having like war flashbacks from like back in the day, having the like muck pens. And I was like, holy shit, how did they bottle this smell of like sheep lanolin, like dirty sheep? Like and the way you walked in there, and it was like you were the cattle going through the slaughterhouse. It was just perfect. But yeah, so the Texas Chainsaw that we saw was our first year, which it was still good, but yeah. So I don't blame you on that one. But okay, so 40, that was your 40.
Yep. What's your 39?
No, my 40. I haven't done my 40 yet.
How did we get out of whack here?
I just wanted to hear what your 40 was.
Oh, you cheated. Okay. Right.
Okay, so my 40, Dolls Let's Play Dead.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up pretty quick.
I liked the what am I trying to say?
Forced perspective. Like
yes.
Being forced to be like the size of a doll, having the scary, like the little kid's design is terrifying.
Yeah.
She looks like spooky.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
One of the dolls though, it just made me think of like Angelica's doll from Rugrats.
Oh God. Yeah.
With like the stringy hair. And so it was just me.
The teddy bear comes out.
And I feel like the set was sparse. Like it was like you were in a dollhouse. I really liked the concept, and I thought I was going to like it a lot more than I did last year. I feel like it was just like, oh, there's a shoe, but it's supposed to be like a doll shoe.
Now, I do think that house lends itself to, like, if you're a frequent fear, like pass holder, and get to go through it, because there were definitely
see all the details more.
So a majority of these, I did another walkthrough, watched a YouTube, whatever. And there were some really great scares that we just missed.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have that scare actor in that position. I did like the rat, the pet rat that like the little kid's torturing, and then it like comes out and tries to get you. I thought that was cool. It was a good puppet, but yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Okay, 39.
Okay, people of the internet, please do not hate me. Just know that when we first went, I did not know. But for me, it's HHN icons captured. I didn't know ball at that time. It was still a great house, lots of cool set pieces. I didn't know enough lore.
Yep.
If I could go back in time, knowing what I know now, doing the deep dive for the pods, yes.
So making this list, there were some that I had to go back and find a walkthrough video just to refresh my memory, and most of them were from that first year. And it's just because that's a big reason. We just didn't know all the lore yet. You know, we definitely did our homework before our very first trip, but
it wasn't enough.
There's only so much you can do, like when you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, height of COVID. We're going to Florida, which Texas was pretty cool about COVID. Some of the other places weren't as cool.
But that one, going back and watching a walkthrough, honestly made me so sad because I was like, we didn't even know what we had. Like, watching it now, and I'm like, oh my God, there's that, there's this. Oh my, I couldn't appreciate it back then, and so it kind of made me sad. But yeah, just because I guess it's so hard, and I'm going to contradict myself later, but it's hard to rank any of those 2021 houses super high because everything was behind plexiglass and like plastic sheeting. So you just didn't get actual like scares. You got them sometimes, but it really limited that whole year. Because I almost feel like, that was 21, late in 21.
Mm-hmm.
So things had let up and then it shut back down. So I feel like they were planning the event for it to be just open and normal.
Yeah.
And then restrictions started closing in again. So then they had to start putting up plexiglass and plastic sheeting. So had they known it was going to be like that, they may have been able to just plan the houses accordingly. But I feel like that was like kind of a last minute. And so it was definitely felt in our later years when we realized what it's supposed to be versus what we got that first year.
The fact that the first year was the plexiglass year is nuts to me.
Yeah.
And obviously the event was still so good that we've repeated
which
5
it could only
times
go
now.
up from there. So we thought it was a great year because it was our baseline. But then
we were tired of being stuck at home and just doing the mundane thing
Yep.
where everybody's being weird and staying inside. So
okay, so that was your 39.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my 39, Fiesta de Chupacabras.
My 38, Fiesta de Chupacabras.
And I'm not now we're getting into the point now where I'm not saying I didn't like these houses because I still enjoyed them,
Mm-hmm.
but there's just so many really good houses that I had to put higher. I did remember in Fiesta de Chupacabras, we liked they had those big puppets. And I want to say that was maybe our first year that I really remember like them coming out, you know?
Like
they'd kind of get you.
Chupacabra thing. The opening where you're like in, like, I don't remember if it was like Mexico City or what, but when you kind of opens up to that plaza and there's the fireworks going off and like you see all
what
the
I remember a lot about that one is that year we did the scare actor dining.
That was
like the last year they've had it.
You can
and
get
so we got to
pizza and hang out with a couple of the scare actors.
Yeah, and I remember we had like a pretty long interaction with one of the Fiesta de Chupacabras actors.
Yeah, and she was phenomenal.
Yeah. And so stuff like that probably keeps it from being lower. I don't know. And I know we have friends that there's a couple of houses that were way more impactful to them because they know more of the story behind these, the creatures and stuff that are like Latin America. And I just don't. So, okay. So, yeah, my 39 is Fiesta de Chupacabras. Your 38 is Fiesta.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
What is your 38?
My 38 is Monstros. Monsters of Latin America.
Okay. We're not too far off.
And I will put a little asterisk by that one because I feel like we did not get good walkthroughs and we went through it multiple times.
The stagnant puppet at the end, I think, is one of the reasons it's so low.
And there were times we went through parts of it and it was just there was nobody there. And we'd go through and it just, we never got a good run through. It just,
It fell flat.
yeah. And I think, so that was 24. I feel like I have a couple on this list that are 24s. And that was a problem that year, is that they did not have enough scare actors. And it was very like thin and like watered down. So there was holes a lot of places.
Yeah.
And so was just looking at my list, 2024 was a weak year. Like I've got a lot of them that are low on there from that year. And I think that was if I'm remembering, that was a year that they just didn't hire as many. It was a little, which makes sense because a lot of 24, they were getting ready to open Epic in 25. So there was budget cuts.
Yeah.
The scare zones that year were not good. So I feel like they definitely had potential to be better, but because of they didn't want to fork out the money, they were just using HHN to get money to fund Epic.
Look, that's behind us. We're willing to forgive and forget.
Well, I know, but it's just like, just looking at this, like some of these houses, I really think they could have been so much better had they just been staffed properly.
Okay. Let's see.
37.
Okay.
So wait, your 38 was Fiesta de Chupacabras. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, 37.
Descendants of Destruction.
Ooh, okay.
Look, I get why you didn't like it, but I thought it was a really cool effect. The black light was awesome. Again, like I enjoyed it. It had confined, cramped spaces where you're walking through like a subway area. It was rad.
You know what? We just need to take you to New York City. It'd be scarier than that.
You could not. You simply will not get me to go there.
Okay, so let's see. My 37. Welcome to Scary.
Okay, I'm not too far behind you there.
And I really enjoy pretty much all the Carrie iterations. That one, and I went back and rewatched, did a walkthrough of that one. Again, first year, plexiglass problems, and just rewatching it, it still kind of didn't make sense to me, even though now I know more, which it wasn't a great video. There wasn't like a good walkthrough video that I could find.
Okay.
So there were definitely parts that were good, and that's why it's not lower. Because I think it was lower on my list until I went and watched that walkthrough, and then I bumped it up some more because I was like, oh, that's, but yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. You already did your 37?
Yeah, Descendants of Destruction.
Okay. So 36.
What was your 30?
My 36, Stranger Things.
Okay. So we're, again, that's fine.
So that would have been Stranger Things season 4. So I don't remember what iteration of Stranger Things that was for HHN, because that was the only one we've experienced. So it was the Stranger Things in 2023 at HHN 32, based around season 4 of Stranger Things. I don't remember I don't know. I can't remember if they've done a Stranger Things house like every season. So like this will be the 5th Stranger Things house this year if we have one, or if it'd be the 4th. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah. The one with Vecna on it.
Yeah. My 36 was Monsters of Latin America.
Okay.
For all the reasons we've already talked about.
Yeah.
What was your number 35?
35 was HHN Icons Captured.
Okay.
So that was another one. It was lower on my list. I went and watched a walkthrough, and I was like, okay, I gotta throw it up there a little higher. But then there were parts of it that I was like, this is kind of cringe. I don't know. So, but I do wish, and I guess that one, because watching the walkthrough, again, plexiglass problems.
Yeah.
It was like they were just go up against the glass, which I honestly would have fit that house so much better because it was like showing them still captured. Fear has them captured.
Yeah.
So that really makes me think that the plexiglass was a last minute thing, because if they knew everything was going to be behind plexiglass,
been planned a little bit
they
better.
could have fit the house to it, much better. So, yeah. Okay, 34. This
35.
one, that was my 35.
Oh, my 35 is the Museum Deadly Exhibits.
Boo.
It was fine.
Hate you.
There was a weird fish smell in the Viking room. It was very sparse in some spots. You really had to go through to understand the story of the rotting stone and how it was corrupting the museum. It was fine. It was a fine concept.
There's another big difference.
There's no way you put that high. If this broke top 15, we've got to really reevaluate.
No, it didn't break top 15. It was close though.
Okay.
Now this one, 34, I feel like 34 maybe not. 33, I feel like you're probably going to get mad.
Okay.
So, 34, my 34, Major Sweets Candy Factory.
I definitely had that higher.
Okay, so my 33 and 34 might be a little point of contention for you.
Okay, why do you think why was Major Sweets down here?
It's middling to me. I mean, look, we're almost at the halfway point here. It was fine, I guess.
Guest activated triggers, that was cool. The whole Candy Factory motif was great. I
liked it better as a scare zone.
The scare zone was awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was better as a scare zone.
I think that was probably one of the best executed Fast and Furious houses that we have been to.
Yeah. I mean, I'll agree to that, but I think that's probably why it's lower is I thought the scare zone was better than the house. So,
okay. Hate. 34, Welcome to Scary.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what nothing really rehashed there. What was your 34 that I'm going to...
I know 34 was Major Sweets.
What was 33 that I'm going to despise?
Goblin's Feast.
I hate you. Goblin's Feast. One of the coolest fantasy houses they've ever done. We are nerds. I am a D&D nerd. I love fantasy. It touched on all the fun tropes of mischievous goblins. The set design was awesome. The giant puppet was fucking awesome. And you have it at 33. You need to get your eyes checked. You need to get your taste checked. You need help. You need therapy. How?
It's just a bunch of goblins. I was like, okay.
That's all it needed to be. Goblins are rad.
To me, that was just like a goblin version of the Tooth Fairy house. It's just...
Okay. I'll take a lot. And I might embellish my reactions a little bit. I'm genuinely upset that my Sweet Goblin's Feast...
my favorite feature in that house was the big goblin or ogre or whatever it was, and he's looking in, and it gave that forced perspective, I guess. Kind of the same thing they did, Dolls Let's Play did. But yeah, it was just fine. Yeah, I mean, it's at the top of my bottom half.
My 33 is Dolls Let's Play Dead. What's your...
It's basically the same thing.
What's your... No, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, same concept.
What's
just
32?
Different overlay.
Okay, stop. What's 32?
Okay, 32 was the Blumhouse house, the freaky black phone double feature.
Okay.
So
that's fine. Loved Black Phone.
I think it was probably the freaky half of it that makes it go lower. because the black phone half was
walking past this character in the chair.
Walking past the
nerve-wracking.
grabber because he was like in the middle of the room, and you're like, And then I think sometimes he didn't move, sometimes he did. It was just, and so that is such a good spook that they keep using it because they use it in Hollywood like every year for the terror tram. The grabber's in there. They had the grabber at last year year before, I guess.
In last week's video, we had the grabber as well.
Yeah. In the San Francisco Scare Zone, they had him in there. He's a great character.
Yep, spooky villain.
And the freaky movie was fine.
It was fun.
It was more funny than anything.
Yeah.
So I think had they swapped out freaky for something else, it would have been better. Would have been higher on my list.
Yeah.
The black phone half carried that house. So. Okay, you're 32?
Jason Universe.
Boo. That makes me sad.
It was just...
Mine wasn't
jam-packed.
Too much higher.
We're going to put the same character. Like, the fact that you are so low on goblins because they were all the same character. When they're not, each goblin was distinct and different. Jason is just Jason, is just Jason, is just Jason.
So here was my issue with Jason. And the fact that, yes, it was the same character throughout the house.
Same scare. Boo hole.
Yeah. I've seen that same concept done in another house that's much higher on my list.
Okay, same.
So knowing that they can do that concept just fine, it just didn't hit with Jason.
Jason's mom was the best part of his whole house.
They were fornicating. Or no, what'd she say?
Instead of watching the children, they were
making love.
Yeah, we'll throw a clip of it in here because it's so iconic.
It was just the car, like the lights coming on, like that was okay. And then I love a good forest house, So the set, which Jason's higher on my list. Like,
that's fine.
A bit higher, but it is not as high as the other house. That very same concept, but it was executed so much better. Okay. So that was 32.
Yes.
Okay. So 31. Probably going to get some hate from this, not from you, probably. I don't know, maybe. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mine's definitely up there. It's higher.
It was just like the animatronics, the giant puppets.
I think the opening scene is so badass.
Were really cool, but the scares, they would just like slide out and be like, ooh.
Five Nights was in my top 20. So I can understand where you're coming from, but also like as a big back, had some of the best food that year.
We're not talking about the food. That's for another video.
Listen, I was hopped up on carbs. We went through the house. Our sweet niece went through the house with us. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And that was like her jam. So.
And it was really cool. I'm just not a big Five Nights fan. I know that people, like the fans, loved it. It was cool. Mm-hmm. There was definitely some cool parts where it was just in the dark and the eyes would just light up.
Yeah,
great.
And it's one of our favorite like horror icons, the Matthew Lillard. Like, we love him.
But there was just so many spots where it was literally just the puppet arm swiping out, and you could see them, like it was on a stick, and like you could see it. It was just, thank you.
Big puppet fan.
When they're done right, when it's an intricate puppet that actually is taking skill to puppeteer.
My next
not
one has
an
got
arm on a stick swinging out of some curtains. So, okay. So 31. What was your 31? Or have you said it yet? Oh God.
It's Slaughter Cinema.
Fuck you. Okay. Well, that's all we have for you today.
Look, it was just not my cup of tea. Trailers are fine. A test bed for what works is fine, but it's not. It was nothing. Blood and chum. They took Hatchet and Chains and made it a great house. Notice how Hatchet and Chains is so much higher because it was awesome. I don't want like, oh, here's a Mardi Gras guy. He's gonna throw up on you.
That was a good spot.
Nope.
And I guess I just had a good experience because like after we went through it multiple times, and mainly because that was our first RIP tour year. And so we'd run it back to back. And so then the next couple of nights going through it, you know, knowing there was going to be a spray there possibly when the guy started acting like he was going to throw up. So I ran past and then I looked back and the guy's like pointing and laughing at me. But I loved Slaughter Cinema. I love the concept of it. I love movie trailers, you know? And I love the concept of them using it as a test to see what they're going to use in future years. Like what parts of this were great? What can we turn into a full house? Oh God. You know, these are subjective lists and you can put it wherever you want, but as your wife, I have an obligation to tell you when you're wrong.
We are going to disagree, and that's okay.
Oh my God. When you think you know a person, oh God.
Okay.
I'm going to be stuck on that one. And I knew it was coming after our discussion last episode, which literally triggered this whole list ranking. I knew it was coming, but damn.
Look, if you enjoyed it, I think that's awesome. I really do. I hope. I never want anybody to go through a house that is bad. I want every fan. I want everybody to be a huge fan of every house. I really do. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Okay? Goblin's Feast should have been for you. So, you know, I'll forgive you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was your 31?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Okay. So 30. My 30 was Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
So, it was top half of the houses that year.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see that.
It's easy to play off of an IP that's so
iconic
and old. Yeah. And the thing is I guess Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I was so scared of it when I was younger just because it was like Texas, you know? Texas. And like a chainsaw, like that's just even using one. I just won't do it. The chainsaws are scary, but like when it's the clowns and stuff running with them, the chainsaws, I guess themselves don't get me, but the whole like the leather face, you know. But if it had been the Hollywood house, it would have been my top 10.
Agreed.
But
it wasn't.
The Orlando one just wasn't that good.
Okay.
Again, that was another 2021. Just could have been better.
Yeah. Now my 30.
Mm-hmm.
I did Gulkin Monsters of the North.
You're lying.
No.
Say psych right now.
I'm not.
2 terrible takes back to back.
Look, Gulkin was cool. I'll give you it was cool, but it was not like it was anything. It was the Cold House that year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year. Yeah. How? I don't understand. Like, that's like, for me, you thinking Goblin's Feast should have been so much higher. I expected Gulkin to be so much higher on your list. It just like the progression of it.
It was cool. It was a linear story and I can appreciate it. But for me, like, it does kind of suck being in this position, but like there's not a whole lot that I can see above it that it wasn't just better for me. Maybe my next one, like they're very close.
Oh, that's another pretty big jump. between us.
Okay.
Mm.
Odd. What is your number?
So that was your 30?
Yep.
Okay. So 29 for me. Case Files, Unearthed Legendary Truth.
Okay.
So for me, that one will always hold a special place in my heart because it was the very first house we ever went to and walked through for HHN. I did have to go do a I did have to go and watch a walkthrough video of it. And this is one that I would love to go back through today, knowing what we know, knowing all the Boris Schuster lore. But just walking through it the first time, like I couldn't hear it very well, so I didn't catch like the story. But all just the set and the effects were great. And not having any idea of what to expect walking into an HHN caliber house, because I don't do video walkthroughs beforehand. I want to go in blind. I didn't know what to expect. And that being our first experience with an HHN house, like it was definitely a good one to start off with because you're getting to see the cool effects. It's not just scary and people jumping out at you, you know, but still one of those 2021 houses. So
I had it broke my 25.
Okay.
Which, you know, isn't too crazy.
But yeah, knowing that it's, and then the lore of it continuing, and seeing stuff that's just pieces of just Universal, like the Kitty Cat Club, just different things. Like it definitely appreciate it so much more now than I did back then when we just didn't know.
That's okay. I forgive you.
Okay. What was your 29?
My 29 was Blumhouse Freaky Black Phone.
Okay. So you're a little higher. Just a few.
Yeah, and I kind of questioned it being higher than Gulkin on my list, if I'm being honest. Now that I'm like really kind of like,
yeah, I don't like that at all.
That's okay.
Boo.
Yeah, it's all right. I do think in the long run I enjoy Gulkin. I think there was just I don't get really freaked out by a whole lot when we go through houses, but the like unnerving again of the grabber, you're walking by him.
Yeah.
Like I think for me, like that really stood out, and that's I was like, ooh yeah. Where in Gulkin, I'm like, cool monsters, cool effects.
Yeah. Also, I love a stilt walker, and I guess it's just, okay. Being tall, I just love like something being so much taller than me. I guess
you are a tall lady.
I love a stilt walker, and so the year that they didn't have him at Orlando, I was so sad, and I was so glad that they brought him back last year in the scare zones.
Yes,
I love a stilt walker, and so anytime that they have something in a house that's, a stilt walker, I don't know, I just love it. So, okay, 28, The Last of Us.
Okay. That's a little higher than I would have expected, but
yeah, it was, I don't know,
middle of the pack.
I think I got like where you didn't get some of the bloaters. I did. So that is probably why there is.
I'm always the designated front guy.
No, you're not.
I'm pretty
maybe back then, but
yeah.
The last 2 years, I think I've been the front runner like almost every run through.
Yeah.
So
I'm fine with that. It's just part of it.
Yeah. Okay, so 28 for you.
Grave of Flesh. I had it up here. I liked the story. I figured it out. You know, it wasn't like a complex story that like you needed to do a lot of research on. You just had to critical think a little and get there. But that's okay.
Whatever.
There wasn't a narrative podcast that you had to listen to as you went through it, but definitely listening to what they had before was good.
Yeah.
So
I guess I just don't remember them talking about anything about it going through like hell and purgatory because
it just leads up to the events that the podcast leads up to the event of you going into the grave.
Yeah. I guess, and it was just the little like the creatures, and I don't know, they were just meh to me.
Okay.
So
27.
So I am actually very surprised that this house has not been on your list yet that I'm about to say.
Okay.
Because I really expected this one to be much higher on my list than yours. Now that I'm thinking, I'm like, wait, he hasn't said this house yet. So, okay, my 27, Beetlejuice.
I have it higher. Yeah.
And I really enjoyed Beetlejuice, but I have so many more that, we're getting into the part now where it's like that bottom half. I'm just like sorting through the shit, I'm like, they could. Now I'm getting to the part where it was hard because it was like, I really had to say, did I love this house more than this house? Did I love this, to try to sort them. And some of them to see that, as much as I did enjoy Beetlejuice, to see where it fell on my list, it was kind of like, damn. But also, it's such a good indicator of like the quality of stuff we get at HHN.
Yeah, for sure. So, like the tunnel effect
was
so cool.
Was so fun.
And that was our first time that, that tunnel has been through many an HHN.
Yeah, and the funny thing
that's our first one.
Is, and that's, did they use the same thing for Terrifier last year? A similar effect with the tunnel, the moving tunnel, or no? Because the only thing I can think, we didn't walk through Poseidon's Fury until it was closing.
Yeah, that's true.
We just happened to be there the week it was closing. Like, we didn't even plan it. And we had never gone through Poseidon's Fury. And we were like, well, shit, we got to go through it since it's literally closing. Like, while we're here, we'll go through it. And the water tunnel. So similar effect, like where it's rotating. But in Beetlejuice, it really made you like, you felt like you were going to fall over.
Yeah.
And it was fun. And again, that is another house, which this isn't even the one I'm talking about. It was just a bunch of Beetlejuices everywhere.
It was
so
great.
It shows that they can do just the same character throughout the house, whereas Jason just didn't execute it as well. This isn't even the house I'm talking about. That's higher on my list. That's a similar concept.
Okay.
So, okay. So 27 for me is Beetlejuice. So where's your 27?
Dueling Dragons. Blizz Rock, Pie Rock, super cool.
Yeah.
Big fantasy guy. Love it.
Dueling Dragons was before our time too. So had we been older Universal fans, and which I would have loved to have ridden that roller coaster.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get a similar thing with Stardust Racers when we go this fall. But yeah, I think that was definitely like a fan service house, which it was still great. And that was one that on a walkthrough or after we got out, I was like, oh my God, the big dragon. And you were like, what dragon? And I was like, you got to look up.
Yeah, I did.
And that's
I was
why
too focused on like the skeleton inside that corridor.
Yeah. And I've talked about it in our first HHN Spec episode. I love a house with good verticality.
Yeah.
Because it just, again, still Walker's verticality. I guess that's my thing.
It elevates the experience.
Yeah. Elevates. Haha.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I love just when it's just big and open and, it just feels so grand. Like it just takes it to a whole nother level.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Okay.
So yeah, Dueling Dragons is not too much higher, but it is higher on my list.
Okay.
That's a cool set in Merlin. And that was like the first, at least for us, and it made sense obviously with the concept of Dueling Dragons, was the split ending.
Yeah.
That
was cool.
So I love a house with, different paths, which the Terrifier house did it, but it was meh. It was dumb. So, but still, I love it because you can go do another walkthrough and get something a little different.
Yeah.
Like other than going to a second walkthrough just to try to hit the scares, you know?
Well, I think there were 4 endings.
Yes, because you could either go the blue path or the red path, and either one, Merlin either won or died.
Yeah, so depending on what they had set up and at the time.
So technically, it had 4 endings. So, and similarly to the houses that like Icons captured, I think had a different someone at the end. Legends Collide. Houses just where the ending's different. Something's different. It gives you another reason other than just to go have another run through to maybe catch something different. You're actually like hoping like there's gonna be something different. So
Okay.
Makes it a little better to me.
Now to get to the halfway point of our list.
Okay.
The final one.
26.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wait, what was your 27?
Dueling
Oh
Dragons.
yeah, Dueling Dragons. Duh. Okay, 26. Mine was Yeti Campground Kills.
That is
This again.
upsetting.
Some of these are like they kind of hurt to be this low, but because of everything above them, I can't put it any higher. That one, loved the set, the little dead baby Yeti, like, but
the toilet snake that got our sweet boy. Yeah.
But it just, I don't know.
Bear. How dare you? I cannot.
Yeah.
I can't believe you.
That's okay. Great house. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I loved it. I couldn't find a higher spot for it with everything above.
Fair.
So.
Okay. My final house for this episode, number 26, is Exorcist Believer.
I don't really agree with that one either.
Ooh.
Mine wasn't, okay, again, not a whole lot higher, but I feel like that one definitely should be a top half.
That one did make me want to throw up a little bit just from the smell.
Yeah.
I'm very smell sensitive, and so the diarrhea smell was just bad.
And I guess, that was it. The house came out before the movie, so we didn't have anything to go off of.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we never have anything to go off of in a original house, but where it was like scenes from a movie that wasn't even out yet. Didn't spoil it. But the beginning in the woods, my favorite. Okay, what was your favorite part of that house?
Ooh, well, there was the room where like the black ichor everywhere and like the floor effect. Like I thought that was really impressive, and then like where the walls were flexible. Those were probably that was my favorite.
That is why it gets higher my list. That room specifically, the glowing in the floor, like, and that's when they're doing like the exorcism, because she's like sitting in there and they're working on the exorcism, and she would like come up out of the chair.
Yeah, it was
and
cool.
Just the glowing red floor, like hell is literally like breaking in, like that whole that room itself, I think made that whole house for me.
Okay,
and that's why it's higher on my list.
Okay.
So.
Well, I think that's part 1 of our 5 years of 50 Fears. Join us next week for part 2 and find out which house of the last 5 years made it into our top 25. Let us know down below if one of your favorite houses found their way into our bottom of our lists, and if your least favorite hasn't been named yet.
Like, subscribe, and share for more horrifying content. We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay spooky.